Hey, everybody, come on in the room, child. Come on in the room. Come on in the room, everybody. Come on in the room, child. There's a lot going on. Oh, hold on. I'm trying to share this. Hold on, I'm trying to share this video. Okay, please share the video. Okay, so I'm trying to share the video. It's a lot going on, y'all. Let me put this. Okay, yeah, it's a lot going on. So we know already what's been going on. ZX has teamed up. He's gotten information from Jason. A lot of people on here are working in conjunction with to get information from Jason. I have no idea why, but these are what the people are doing, everybody, okay? And it's really weird because I'm like, what makes you trust this person? Hold on. Oops. So I said that he will never give Jason credit, but apparently he was on there thanking him for the video because he wants to make it seem like that he did everything himself. I mean, who wants to pride themselves in knowing that you got a man fired from their job? To me, that's just horrible. You know, I don't care. I don't care if it's because, like I said, I may be biased because, I do care for Jay Wilson. I know that people probably was lying, telling him, and you can listen to all my videos, Jay Wilson. I don't know what people was probably telling him or whatever, but no, I don't shade people I like. There's no shade in anything I do. I'm just 100% honest, and like y'all know already. So I don't know what people has ran over there and said or whatever. I don't know, but he sounded really sad today, and I hope that he just don't let it. It's not going to defeat you. I mean, it's something that just happened, and it will. You will rise above. I mean, you have your training behind you. Now, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Hold on, let me turn this music off. Here's the thing. People were now. ZX is saying that he's going to, and this is really creepy. Hold on, y'all. ZX is saying that he's going to call every place that Jay Wilson goes to. He's going to call every agency, and I'm like, what? He said he's going to call every agency that Jay Wilson goes to. Every temporary agency, he's going to call them. And I'm like, that is more harassment. So hopefully he has a harassment case. That's what you need, is a case number for harassment, because he's threatened to call you on live. Okay. He's threatened to call on live all those agencies so that you cannot get a job. Now that's crazy. I don't know anybody that's done that. Jay Wilson has never got anybody fired. I've said that before. He's not done he's not gone to that whole extent. He's never done that. Never. And people can say, well, you're taking up for him and he would never take up for you. It doesn't matter if he would take up for me or not, y'all. It's just according to what's right. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if he would do this or that for me. It doesn't matter if he would laugh at me if I'm in the same situation. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you have to just think of what you can deal with and what you allow in your life. And I'm just like, it's ridiculous because, he didn't do half the things that ZX has done. ZX is worse. Jay Wilson ain't never talked about my fallopian tubes, my ovaries, my this, my that. He ain't never done half the stuff that ZX did. Okay, he been on here for hours and hours talking vile. He'll just drag, even when we got into it, he would just drag and move on. He ain't never went as low as ZX and just disgusting and having women, on there and taking advantage of women, having them to take their money and stuff and sending out their oods. Jay Wilson ain't never sent out no woman's oods. He ain't never did that. So I'm trying to understand what the folks, what, not the folks, but what people are siding with ZX for. All it is Stank Nation, and I don't know why Stank Nation is siding. They just siding because of what's his name? Because of damn Five Babe. That's it. But the weird thing is, I know Five Babe is pissed because didn't Blown Folks TV, didn't he jump the gun? She said she was going to do whatever she was going to do and call whatever, right? But didn't he jump the gun on her? What happened with that? Didn't he jump the gun? So all the super chats, if this is about money, all the super chats she would have been getting, she ain't getting now because of him. Okay? And all the cash apps she would have been getting, she ain't getting now. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous. It's just disgusting, y'all, that we have to be so down low and bottom feeding. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Mishi, how you doing, baby? Hey, Peaches 305 Day County, my baby. Hey, Shani. Hey, Renal but Radiant. Hey, Muffy, my baby. Hey, Lena, pretty brown eyes. Hey, Kat, how you doing, baby? Hey, Renal but Radiant. Hey, Tropical Punch. Hey, Coco, my baby. Yes. Let's see. Hey, Kathy the cat. How you doing, baby? Hey, Heatwave, my baby. Hey, Laurie, my boo. Hey, Cassandra. Welcome to the channel. Let's see. Put your back into it. Hey, baby. I'm gonna get to it. Hey, living my best life. How you doing, baby? Hey, Laurie, boo. Hey, Relly. Hey, Yumming. Exactly, Cassandra. I believe in that, baby. It's gonna come tenfold. And you know what? It may come. I'm gonna tell y'all something, and people gonna be like, "Oh, you're so mean." No, this is how it's gonna come back. I'm gonna show you. According to the woman on ZX's call, Jay Wilson was a contractor from an employment agency. Yep. And employment agencies don't even get really, like, Bless Watkins explained about the employment agencies, how they work. Okay. And we all know, I worked at an employment agency one time. I didn't really like it because I like to have permanent jobs, but I worked at one time. Basically what it was that I know the company that I worked for was a mortgage company that I was working for, okay, through this agency. And the mortgage company was starting out at $15 an hour, okay? But then they hired me in at 12. So because the agency has to get their fee, put it that way. You know what I'm saying? Ciao. Hey, Relly. I said hi to y'all. Taryn. Hey, Taryn. Hey, Lena D. Hey, Dr. Soapy, my baby. Hey, Tropical, my boo. Make sure I got everybody up in here. Is it Sarike? Sarike, welcome. Welcome to the channel. Jen, hey, baby. Ciao. I'm just disgusted. I just feel disgusted. Exactly. Coco Puff said Tracy was very supportive and never spoke badly about Jay Wilson in any chats either. So I don't know what the hell, you know what I'm saying? I'm not like that. Hey, just Erica. Coco said, but he wasn't even employed there. He was a contractor from an employment agency, so he lied once again. AMV, hey, baby. I know. Hey, Mishi. Hey, Cheryl Brown. I have to read what you put in the thing too. You told me to read that. I haven't had a chance. Shani, hey, Shani, baby. Make sure I get everybody in here because I'm probably way behind in the chat. Welcome, everybody. If I didn't get you guys, I'm sorry. I try to get everybody. Hey, Diving. Hey, KC. Hey, King Roman News, my baby. How you doing, boo? Hexlark, welcome to the channel. Cly Musty. Hi, Cly Musty. How you doing, baby? Miss B-Town, hey, boo. Kareen, hi, Kareen. Oh, Lord, there's a lot going on, Kareen. Missy, hey, baby. Hey, Rob S., how you doing, baby? The other content creators that have done 100 times worse. Exactly. I mean, the way people are rallying up, I'm like, oh, my goodness. I mean, it's to their, I mean, they can do stuff to their own or whatever, but I'm just like, let's see, salute Tracy and chat. Word on the street is ZX did the same to Clyde Diva. He sent links and emails to the pharmacy board. This is what he does. Karma will get him. It will. Fly Musty, yes. Karma will get him. And he's like, oh yeah, I am bad. I am bad. But this is the thing. Here's the thing. People talk about I'm so bad, but yet you have people that let him in their chat still, people that still talk to him. I'm like, this man has done a lot of crazy stuff. Crazy. Hey, Robin. Hey, Puff Puff. Hey, Melissa Broad Street. How you doing, my baby? I have not forgot about the people that sent me cash apps. I got to thank you guys. I have not forgotten about y'all. Who else? Kathy Cat, body after body after body. Welcome to the channel. Think I've got everybody, y'all. Yeah, okay. I've got everybody. So everybody, this is really crazy. So like I said, there's a lot going on here. ZX he done called over to Jay Wilson's job and spoke with a lady named Laura. And Laura told him that Jay Wilson is not employed through their company. He's employed through an agency. Now, they're not supposed to give that information out. Thank you, Angela. I appreciate it, Angela. They're not supposed to give that information out. Hey, Poetry. Hey, Miss Douglas. Hey, Sinister. Hey, Mimi. They're not supposed to give that information out. Why in the hell? They're not even, why would they give that information out? They are just giving information out. You're supposed to just, and I don't even know if they know it or not, or if they just want to keep people from calling over there. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what it is. Hey, Demetra, how you doing, baby? Gotta blow dry. Right. Let's see. Hey, y'all. Hey, babes. So Jay Wilson done got fired, and it's just really sad. You could tell he was pissed. TikTok. Hey, TikTok. He was very pissed, Sincere. And you could tell he was pissed, Shanti. I was like, oh my God. Hey, Nina. You can tell. And I was just like, oh my God. You know, it's nothing to be rejoicing for. People are seriously rejoicing. And I'm seriously sick diving. Okay, Sophie said, I don't care what people say or do. We all have say horrible things. When we're mad, I would never destroy anyone's home or how they support their home. You reap what you sow, promise you. Oh, we know that, Sophie. We know it, baby. Thank you for the Cash App. Thank you, baby. I appreciate it. We know. I mean, karma is no joke. People can think it is, but baby, karma is no joke, Brick Girl. How you doing, Brick Girl? I'm just like in shock. I'm like, why would, I just would not be sitting up thinking of how to ruin somebody. I mean, and let me tell you something, and even at ZX's age, he should know better. You cannot be at that age doing stuff like that to people and think that you're going to prosper. Are you kidding me? No. Anything, you leave yourself wide open. Anything that's coming at you, you are left wide open, baby, for that karma to come. And to think that you're going to get over on people, I mean, the nerve. It's like, haven't you learned by now? This is why he's a failure. This is why he thinks he's temporarily winning, but he's not. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous. I'm like, you are not winning. You have sat over there and degraded women. You have these same women over there cheering him on and kikiing and kakai. The same ones. And I'm just like, interesting. Hey, Batman, did anyone catch what happened at Nika's? She privated the video while I was watching, but I saw people in the chat talking about a gun. What? What? People in the chat were talking about a what? What happened? They said Nika privated the video. Was anybody in Lady Nika's chat? What happened? Let me drop this link. What? I need to know what happened, child. They can't take Jay Wilson's home away from him because one thing you can't take his degrees away from him. Official D-Spot, what happened? Custard pulled what? He pulled a G on Loop Loop? Oh my God. Oh my God, people are crazy. Are you serious? So breaking news, Custard done pulled a GUN on Dee Loop Loop on Lady Nika's live, and she ended the live, right? Did she end the live or did they turn it down? Did she end the live, y'all? That's awful. What is wrong with folks? He has no home training. There's no home training. You know what I'm saying? None. People like that, I'm telling you, he will end up, something is seriously wrong with him. I'm telling you, I never liked him because it's like he's really weird to me. Child, that's crazy. He and Didi were going at it, and she was reading him, so he pulled the G out. Of course, because he's a little boy. He's just a little boy. That's it. Vanessa, child, I cannot believe all hell and broke loose. People are pulling out weapons, child. What is going on? He said he was okay, but he's not okay, Mildred Ratchet Nurse. I don't think he's okay. I know, Diamond, this is crazy. Did Custard pull it? Yeah, he did. He did, right to be told. I just cannot believe that. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Saint City said Custard flashed. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't know how. Still shady. I wonder how ZX is winning and losing his house on Thursday. I don't know. I really don't know. He messed up her live. He messed up her live, and I was like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Lady Nika said, man, I don't blame her because it's disrespectful. It's very disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Hey, 100 LSA boss, how you doing, baby? Hey, Bird, how you doing, boo? Exactly, ruin her coin. I'm like, what the hell? That's crazy. Y'all, I don't know what's going on with people. It's just really a lot. I don't know where their mind frame is, Jills. I don't know, Jills. It's just, it's a lot going on, Miss Douglas and Vanessa J. Now, like I said, I don't know why ZX is over there going crazy or whatever, and he's doing the most. He's threatening, like I said, when you threaten somebody online, that's a serious thing. And I would seriously take that. Hey, Queen Melanin, how you doing, baby? He took it too far, Tracy. That's crazy. It's ridiculous. Nobody needs to be pulling a weapon out on anybody. What the hell's wrong with these people? He was pointed at the screen. Oh, he's a nut. Oh, he asked if she was ready to die. Oh my God. See, this is what I'm telling y'all. Stop lying TV. Hey, baby. I can't see you, but I cannot believe Custard went over there and pulled out a GUN on Didi Loop Loop. Hey, it's me, Felicia. Child. I cannot believe this, child. I cannot believe this is just, people have just became unhinged. Unhinged. Hopefully she can edit that part out, yes, but that's a shame she had to cut it out. I don't even know if she probably just deleted it because she didn't want to get flagged. Hey, Southern Belle, my baby. He pulled one before dipped in chocolate. Oh my God. I'm glad it happened to her because she was cussing Jay Wilson out, Choo Choo said. No, I'm not glad it happened to anybody. It's not entertainment, Kathy Cat. Lord, y'all, I cannot. It's a lot going on. I'm trying to tell you. Anyways, it's pathetic, you guys. It is very, very pathetic. Okay. Like I said, I don't think it's anything to joke about. When you're talking about you know, do you want somebody to be homeless? Do you want this man to be homeless? That's the whole thing. Do you want this man to be homeless? Because here it is. This man is trying to do what he needs to do, sustaining his income, you know, for his living or whatever. You know, he's clearly not making a lot of money because he's gone through the temp agency. And I'm like, what the hell? I mean, you know, it's like, why bother? Why even more degrade him? You know what I'm saying? Why even more degrade him? Okay, hold on. Let me drop the link for Heat Wave. Hold on, y'all. I cannot believe it. One thing is, let's not say the word, the word GUN. Let's just spell it. And because I want to monetize this. Child, I'm just like, oh my God, this is crazy. Hey, Florida Bay. Yes, we need to pray for him, Miss Douglas. Exactly. Because he said that people were fake. What did he say? People were fake concerned or whatever. No, I'm genuinely concerned. I'm not fake concerning. I'm genuinely concerned. The people that's probably texting him, emailing him are the ones that are fake concerned. Because I feel like giving people their breath to breathe. You know what I'm saying? For them, I don't think it's about wanting him to be homeless. I believe it's about showing they had the power to affect someone's real life in a negative way. Like, don't F with me. Oh, is that it, Sinister? Man, that's crazy. Both the conscious beef sector and beef sectors are at war. Oh, all of them. All of them are at war. The beef sector, the conscious sector, the black sector, and the manosphere. Everybody's all at war. And it's not against each other. It's just it's just at war against things that are happening. There's different situations happening in each sector. I said that yesterday. Mm-hmm. Hey, Cosmic Girl. Exactly. I just cannot believe he got this man fired. I just cannot believe it. So I'm just still trying to figure out about the newsletter. You know what I'm saying? Because see, you know how we were throwing ideas out yesterday, y'all? This is how stupid some people are. We were throwing ideas out yesterday, right? And I was trying to piece things into who could have done what, right? So people jump the gun and like, oh yeah, me and Jay Wilson are all, crazy or whatever. But no, when we're brainstorming or whatever, and we're putting information out there to see what, to see what fits, that's what you do. You throw things out there. And then we find out the truth. So I'm like, people are just nuts. Hey, Battle. Over there lying, talking about Jay ain't moral. Child, who the heck is ZX to talk about morality? He has no morals, okay? He has none. Okay? He's just jealous of Jay Wilson because Jay Wilson is out of the closet and he can live his truth. That's it. That's it. Hey, Nina, my baby.
Hey, Tracy. Can you hear me?
How you doing? Yes, I'm just upset. Yes, babes.
Hey, Heatwave.
Hey, Heatwave, my baby.
You guys, I'm gonna get down. I just came up here because I just couldn't hold
take
it
your
in.
time.
No.
Heatwave, are you crying?
Oh no. No, I'm not. I'm just like, no, honey, I'm not crying. I'm just like, wow, somebody just put out a weapon. There's 500 people calling a guy's job. It's just like, what the hell, people? You gotta protect yourself.
Like, crazy.
It's like Peyton's place. It's like Peyton's place. I'm like, what the hell?
No. This is like Dante's Inferno, not Peyton's place. This is like I don't know. This is hell. You guys, you have to protect yourselves. Don't give any information to anybody. Do not be on the phones. You guys no, people are crazy. Weapons? Okay, I'm coming. I'm going down. I think I'm just a little too excited. Girl, I can't. I
know. That's why you see me like, what? What happened? I was like, oh my God.
I'm going to be in the chat, but protect yourselves. Protect your children. What was that guy? Protect your mamas and your babies and your children. Everybody, protect them. Bye.
Child, thank you, babes. Okay, what is this saying? Okay, activist knowledge said, you know what happened, Tracy? Think about the Karens that have been fired for the racist things they've said off work on camera. Jay Wilson is being treated like a Karen, period. I don't even think he's being treated like a Karen. It's just a matter of if who's going to send something like, I mean, I understand how you can't, it's just it has nothing to do with, I don't think it has anything to do with race. I don't think it has anything to do with how they're treating him at all. I think it has to do with what was said, but what was said was separate from his job. Now, it should have never been sent to his job. That's my thing. What do you think about that, Heatwave, my baby?
This whole thing
Thank you, Crafton Halls. Thank you, Crafton Halls. Thank you, baby.
This whole thing is like something that is lopsided.
Yeah.
Because it's like who, in the world, we always find things like that. It's like, how popular are you? and who you know,
Right.
you get a pass and all of that. This is YouTube. And what I'm seeing, whether we accept it or not, is a click. So if
Yeah.
you're in this group here, you get a pass. If you don't have a group, you're on your own. You got to fight it through. And anything that you do or say will be scrutinized. You understand? And if you're going to come
Yeah.
as a neutral party, and you're going to say particularly what one person does, right? Like
Uh-huh.
Jay Wilson, I am speaking from myself and what I know. From the time I came up here, I was told Mr. Wilson was a sometime pastor or ordained minister. I don't know if the same thing because I'm not a Christian. So
Uh-huh.
I'm going to do it the best way I can. Anyway, on Sunday, sometime we will have a small little service. It was cute. It was cute. I dropped in
Right.
there a couple of times, you know. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, now let's go to what's going on right now, right? Okay.
Uh-huh.
He was fighting Saturday. I have never saw Mr. Wilson like that since I'm here. Never. And I
Right.
was
Me
really
either.
enjoying it and soaking it on. And I even
Yeah,
say,
it
look,
was fun. It
you
was
know,
fun because it was on YouTube. It was
right.
beefing. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I said I like that part of him because I think he mentioned maybe that's a thing. We're not gonna get it all the time, so we better soak it up. He don't want anybody messing with him, blah blah blah. And we're in the chat and pushing him, because all isn't fun. You understand?
Right.
Now,
Yes.
how did this become so bad? Okay, he had some kind of slip. He said whatever. He's a chaplain. And why is this big deal? Why? What is the problem? Whether he's
I
a
don't
minister,
know.
he's the pope. What is the problem? Did
Apparently,
they?
I was hearing I heard Deirdre over there, and she was saying,
Mm.
"Well, he shouldn't be acting like that if he's a chaplain." And I was like, "Oh God."
He's
I
a
mean,
man. He's a man before a chaplain.
yeah.
Because I
Mhm.
don't understand. They're acting if they caught the Pope. And even so, I don't know if he was on duty or what. The whole thing is, you know who comes and give your last rites? Do you know what the minister or the priest, when they come in to give service, do you know what they were doing? Always before they get to us, or always before they get to you, and to present that service. Do you
Exactly.
know?
You,
These people have
exactly.
to
No,
show
we
a
don't.
resume before they give the last rites? The answer is no.
No.
You understand?
It's sad.
The two
Yes.
things have to separate. You don't walk around all day 24/7 as a chaplain. You have your own life. Because remember,
Yeah.
this is like a job. So you're in job mode. It's like a doctor. Their work never is done. Because don't matter if they're not on duty or what. And somebody is in need, right? Of health. Anything, an
Yeah.
accident, anything like that. They could be going on the
Uh-huh.
vacation, could be in a plane, anywhere. They'll jump into action because they take an oath, right?
Yeah.
You know how many ministers finished preaching at church, went home? Before they got home, they messed around with the sisters in the church. Then they went home, beat up the wife, you know, beat the
Uh-huh.
kids, and all of that. You never know what people is doing in their back door. You don't know that. Nobody would not have
Exactly.
taken this job. You cannot tell me I'm a chaplain and I have to be like that 24/7. I'm only when he's working, he's getting paid hourly. I'm quite certain of that. I'm quite certain of that. He's
Yeah.
getting
He's
paid
gonna pay
hourly.
hourly. Because it's a temp agency. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. So if you're getting paid for 8 hours, why should you have to walk around to represent at the same time? Why you got to represent the rest of the hours as a chaplain?
Yeah, that's what I think too. Hey, right to be told. How you
If
doing,
he was
baby?
caught,
Uh-huh.
Hi.
if he was caught, let's say he was caught
Uh-huh.
selling drugs,
Mm-hmm.
look, a matter of fact, wait a minute, a matter of fact, let's go to the caustic fate. How many kids was not molested?
Oh, arrested. I don't
Molested by,
know.
and all of that.
Yeah.
You understand? Mr. Wilson
Yeah.
said what he had to say. It was just words.
Right.
But they're going
Right.
down more about this guy, this lady, Bonafide or Booney, whatever. That lady came and inserted herself because I can't remember they call out for her. They did not call out for
She
her
always
in
does.
that
She always comes
situation.
and asserts herself. She was like nobody was even talking to her.
She antagonized him. She comes on this platform. She does this all the time.
Yep.
And if she's
And she
going to
knows
come
she
and
don't
start
like him.
shooting shit.
She knows she don't like him, so why the hell is she on this
Okay.
platform? I don't
She's trying to
understand.
pick on him and picking him. So now you hit me and I hit you back hard. So what's the problem?
Exactly.
If she's not gay, she's not gay. Whatever she want to take it, let her take it however she want to take it. They're
Right.
all in the same organization if she's gay. To me, it don't matter. What's this a big deal? Because if somebody called me, I'm not going to be upset because I was called gay. It didn't bother me because I know I'm not gay. So I don't give a
Right.
damn what somebody called me. It's what I answer to.
Right.
And this whole thing about this one calling that one calling that one. Listen, you know where it boils down to? And everybody that is listening here now, a lot of people might not want to speak the truth because they might be mashing some people corns, so to speak. But this boil down now, Mr. Wilson is getting the crowd. The crowd is over there making
That's what it
1,000.
is.
It's
That's what
very
it is,
easy
right?
for him. Very
Uh-huh.
easy for him to make that 1,000, right? The crowd
Yeah.
is over there. You understand? And then I
Uh-huh.
heard somebody cash out him $500 or whatever it was.
Oh yeah, he made like 1,000, probably like I'm thinking like I didn't even count individually, but maybe like 1,000 something, like a thousand five
Okay,
hundred he made one
you
day.
see,
And people were
money,
mad. They were mad. They
money,
got mad. I was happy for him because he
money,
deserves it, you know.
and
Hmm.
jealousy. You see, those two things.
Yeah.
Those two things are the most dangerous things for a human being that cannot take it. They're not gonna
Hmm.
happy for one of their own. You understand? But let's see
Yes.
here. Oh my God, a police shot this young black kid, God forbid.
Uh-huh.
Everybody become
My
pro-black.
baby. Hmm.
Everybody
Hey,
become
Tracy Boo.
pro-black. And
Hmm.
everybody's fighting for the same cause.
But there's no reason to fight because people don't understand it. We work better. A lot of times we work better together than to be trying to, whenever you try and pull somebody down and you try and do something evil, it always comes back like that. Now, I understand if we're beefing with somebody, okay, and I've done things where I feel bad for later on. But the fact is that if, you in battle and all of a sudden what happens is it's just a lot of the group-minded people want to jump on somebody when everybody else is jumping on them. That's all that
No,
is.
and everybody else is dirty too because they don't have not one damn clean hands in the sector. Not one
Yeah,
damn clean hands in the
exactly.
sector.
Hmm.
Everybody do some dirt. So let's call it like we see it.
And
You
like
know,
they said, if Jay Wilson wasn't in this sector, it would be boring. He's the only one that I really get my laugh. You know how we get our laughs off? I get my
yeah,
laughs off of other people too, but he really cracks me up.
yes,
I
yes.
really enjoy his commentary. And
Look,
it's not that, and it's not just even, and
oh
he'll even,
boy,
slick shade me sometimes too, but it's nothing like rude, brutal or nothing. So it's like we
listen,
all just laugh.
this
Hmm.
whole thing, it is a competition, right?
Yeah.
But it's a competition with fun too, right? It's competition.
Uh-huh.
So you're supposed to
Yeah.
compete, right? But when
Well, yeah, but
somebody gain
mhm.
over
Uh-huh.
you, you should not look at that as an opportunity to pick. This is like picking. It's like a witch hunt. Pick, 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 pick. Because what I'm hearing, everybody say, and he's a chaplain, and he did that, and they don't give a damn about that woman. Some of them don't even know her, and he did that to her, and he was telling her that, and da 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 da, and look how we went down on Dovey. Dovey's now victim here. Sorry, Jake, she's no victim in all of this. Then she went down on Mr. On J Wilson. She went down on him too, you know, because people want to backpedal. They want to go back. So let's go back. Let's go back a little. You understand? I love Dovey,
Yeah.
but we're gonna call it how we call it. Dovey came on this scene here, telling a damn lie on J Wilson about the chicken story and the bullshit story. People did not shun her. Okay, she's still in the
Mhm.
sector
Yeah.
because we gathered around her and said, okay, that's just her. So what is the problem now? You asked for some assistance. You did ask assistance. Shelly and this lady went over there. It shouldn't be a problem. This should have been done. So all of
Excuse me,
this now is bubbling and bubbling.
excuse
Oh,
me.
Yes.
yeah, I'm
Can
sorry.
I say something about Jay was in the job before we go
Yes,
into a
go
different
ahead,
topic?
babe.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry about that. I just wanted to say, okay, so I don't really have a comment on him. I just want to ask you a question, Tracy.
Okay.
So, do you watch a lot of social media or in the news when someone is working for a job and they're online on YouTube, or like I saw one a couple years ago about this sheriff who
Mhm.
was calling black people gorillas, and she
Yeah.
mentioned some name, and they fired her. And I'm
Yeah, it's a
thinking
lot
that
happening.
although we really
Mhm.
like him and we know how the beef sector gets down, is this
Right.
any different than how people who say things negatively in public and get caught on camera doing it are
No, it's the
treated?
same thing. It's the same thing. It's like how people get fired from TikTok videos from doing stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's the same thing. I mean, and I know, we think, but see, I guess the most hurtful thing, or not even hurtful, but the shocking thing, the humility of it all is the fact that somebody from our sector set out to do this. I'm like, why would now if somebody had just seen him out in public and it happened, it would be sad too. But this is just like a double whammy. It's like, why would you try and ruin somebody's livelihood? It's just
They
disgusting. It
called.
makes me want to throw up. It makes me want to throw up.
Well, I don't think you should call anybody's job. Well, okay, for this, well, it's just in general. I don't think you should call anybody's job. But I do like, but on the other hand, I go back to thinking about people who I watch on, I'm watching on Instagram who they're saying, oh, this person said this. Tell us, where do they work? And they start bombarding those people's jobs. And then next thing you know, the company's coming out saying they don't, we don't support this type of behavior, so we have to let this person go. That is just the world we're in now, where people
So that
don't
happens a lot
care.
on Instagram.
Oh
That
my
happens
God.
a lot on
What?
Instagram.
Let me tell you something.
Oh my God.
So you remember a couple of years ago when a lot of people were questioning black people for being in certain places? Like,
Yes. Uh-huh.
you know what I'm saying? So, because it
Uh-huh.
was one particular situation where this guy was in his building, in his apartment
Mhm.
building, in the lobby, and a woman was questioning him, like, "Why are you here?" And she was saying, you're not supposed to be here," or something like that, right? Going back and forth. Oh, they tracked her down,
Uh-huh.
contacted her job, and was like, look how she's racially profiling. She's doing this. Remember last year, maybe 2 years ago now, I'm so thrown off with COVID. They had that black lady in the park in New York, and the black guy was filming her, and she called the police online. He was recording her, and she called the police and said,
Oh
"It's a big
yeah.
black." It's no. Did she say she was gonna call the police? Maybe she said she was gonna call the police and tell them a big black man. See, people don't play that when
Yeah.
they
And she
hear
was like,
that
why are
you.
you recording me? Why are you following me? Or
And
whatever.
she said, "I'm going to call the police and tell them that a big black man is intimidating me," because she knows she's a white person and how that's going to look. But see, how we all looked at it was like, how dare you? Oh, they found out where she lived. They found out where she worked, because that black man actually came back out and said, "Y'all don't get that woman fired," or she had already been fired. They took the dog from her. They gave her the
Oh
dog
my
back. They gave
goodness.
her the dog back because she had adopted that dog. But the shelter she adopted it from took the dog back. She got fired
Dang.
from her job. Yeah, and he came out. Don't they were like, "Boy, sit down." They kept dragging. They do that online. They'll say, where does she work? And they'll start tagging the company. And it's the same. It's the equivalence of getting all these numbers, because those tags, those hashtags, go viral.
Folks
They
are
do
gonna get
this
killed.
all
That's
the
what's gonna start
time.
happening. You wait. People just gonna start. They're gonna start getting
You know
killed. I'm
what?
telling you.
Okay. If
Uh-huh.
Mr. Wilson was dealt with by his job and he got fired, why the hell does the whole sector have to be going through this over and over and like stripping him? Like you want everything to go. What they expect from this man? It's like you don't ever want him to work again. That's how I'm
That's
looking at it.
weird. Well, that's what ZX is saying. He said he's gonna call every temp agency and forward that information to every temp agency. Is he
That is
okay? Why would
envious.
he
That
do
is wicked. That's evil.
it? Is. Do you not want this man to be able to pay his
A
house?
lot
Do you
of
not
people
want him to
gonna
be
be
able to
stretched
live?
out. Wait. Not everybody will able to take it. Wait. Let them go ahead. They dealing with some serious trouble. Because you know what? You know what's pissing me off? You know what is pissing me off?
But
Dr. Jay Wilson. It's not
um,
half as bad as some people here.
oh, I'm telling you, Blown Throats TV is disgusting. I cannot stand him.
My
To me,
God.
he's worse. He's worse to
Right.
me. And I'm like, why
Yeah.
are these people? I mean, I've never heard somebody talk about, a kid, that's autistic. They're coming out and it's because they're cursed. And Jay Wilson would
Mm,
never say no mess like that.
mm,
Never.
mm.
And
Right.
I'm just
Well,
like, what
can I
the hell?
respond to somebody? I don't think
Mhm.
anybody's job should be called. I never want anybody to lose their job. I'm just
Right.
saying what we are seeing is what we see in other um with this happens a lot. with people
And
online. They're online and their out of work behavior is then reported back to their companies. I don't think it's right. I don't want anybody ever to lose their jobs and at all. I think everybody should work if you can, or find your own employment. You know, find your own funding. But that's not, I don't think they should lose their job. I'm just saying this is something that I've seen, and it's always been, I think, why a lot of people in the, like, a lot of the people we talk to in the chat, they have so much to say, won't start channels because they're like, no.
Yeah. And that's why I see a lot of people that think about starting channels, they're like, hell no. And I don't blame them. I mean, if God forbid, if anybody, or if I ever said, okay, I want to come out of retirement and go back to work because I'm bored or whatever, I would just leave YouTube, because there would be no point in being on here, because people would they would literally try and call every place that's in San Antonio, every salon out of the maybe the 500 or 5,000 that's in San Antonio. And they would just go crazy. I'm like, dang.
Very invested.
It's pathetic. It really is sad. So what do you think is going to happen, truth be told? Do you think that he's going to continue on, and are people going to continue on calling those people?
Well, did you hear the recording?
I didn't hear it, but a lot of people, my reputable people, were telling me that's what had happened.
I heard the recording.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I heard the recording, and what he called the switchboard. Asked for an extension number, said the lady's name, called the department. She answered the phone as the spiritual guide department or something like that. Spiritual was in the name. And she said, and he said, hey, I was calling to check up, see if you received the letter that I sent. And she said, well, wait, she kind of cut him off and said, wait a minute, we had a person by that name working here through a temp agency. He's no longer here. Or through an agency or something like that. He's no longer here. So
and you're not even supposed to give that information. That's weird.
Well, and that was the thing. I was like, well, he didn't call HR. So that's probably why that information was given out. But HR needs to get that in check. Because when I worked at a company in the HR department, we made sure we talked to all the people. And we were
that's
like,
still HR
here,
because if that person's point of contact, that they're considered HR. If they're giving information, because it wasn't a random number. It had to be a number that he got off of the, like maybe from the agency that maybe he works at or he was going through or something.
No. It's not that hard. They knew the hospital. You call the hospital and you ask what department do the chaplains belong to, and the hospital will gladly give that to you. At my hospital, all they fell under volunteer services, but they were their own, like there was the ministry services, but they fell under volunteer services. So if you call our switchboard and said, I need to talk to people who are over the chaplain, they would send you over to the the volunteer office.
So then they should know the rules. Then they should know that they're supposed to just say yes or no if the person's employed. Well, I guess she did. He no longer works here. That means that he doesn't. Because if you say, okay, I'm just calling to verify, verify employment, and they'll say, well, yes, the person works there. No, the person doesn't. They can say yes or no. So she did say no. So she did, I guess, go according to guidelines, I guess.
Right. TikTok said she's used the word contracted. Yeah, she said that it was definitely he was contracted to a third party. So
now all of that, I'm surprised she even said all of that, because that is like, wow.
Well, he was calling that. Listen, that lady probably was sick of them calling. I'm telling you, because then he said, okay, well, then I don't know if he said he'll tell people to stop calling or they'll stop calling. And she said, well, yeah, that would be great because it's taken away from taking care of the patients, the sick patients.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, exactly. Like I said, I worked at a hospital before. I cannot imagine people continuously calling to the nurses station when they, and they've got to handle these calls when they should be in there taking care of patients. I mean, so for the nerve, ZX said a couple hundred people called. I hope none of you people who called have sick people in the hospital who you think want to have care, because one of the main complaints they have in the hospitals now is that the nurses don't report to their rooms on time. And that's because each nurse has 7 to 9 patients at a time. So when you call in and they got to now answer the phone for you to carry on about some YouTube stuff.
It's ridiculous.
I hope those are not your family members.
Remember when 5 told everybody to call my apartments, and everybody was calling? They were getting calls left and right. It was crazy. I was like, oh my God. It was.
That's a lot of hatred.
It was bad. And the lady, that's part of why she got an attitude with her, because they were all calling my apartments. I was like, oh my
Mm-hmm.
God. And
And
then
they're
one
trying
time
to work
they
and
were,
do whatever they have to do. Nobody has time for that. But yeah, no,
Mhm.
like it said, it was the department, and they contract with an agency. So yeah, I'm with you. She should know not to even say that. But it's not the agency. I mean, and and tip tip agency. This is what I was thinking. People keep saying tip agencies, right? I don't know if
Mhm.
that's true or not, because there are some temp agencies that do full-time contract work.
Yeah, they do. Not all the time.
So
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
so there's some that only do, they'll send you out. Well, there's some that send you out a
yeah,
couple of days here, a couple of days there. So it's different. But yeah, he's not there anymore. Masika,
And
what's her name? Mascama? No, he
he's
doesn't
not at
work
the
there anymore.
hospital. He's not at the hospital. We don't know if he's with that company. He might still be with
He's not. Let me tell
the
you, because
agency.
let me tell you what they have to do. They have to not that I want him to not, be unemployed, but what they do is with the temporary agencies or whatever, they report to the company. So whenever they have a problem, they report it automatically to the temp agency, because they have to. We have a problem with the person you sent over, blah, 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 blah. So then they say, okay. So then that temp agency terminated him. They terminate him. They had to, because they don't have the paperwork there at the hospital. So he's not going to be at that temp agency. Now, if he goes to another temp agency, then with that, that he can have a new start with that temp agency, and he can very well work as a chaplain going through a different temp agency. He
yeah,
can do that,
yeah.
because the thing is, if people find out about that, or if grown folks wants to continue on going and being messy, he can do all that, but he's going to prevent his income, which is sad.
Because most
You
of the
know?
temp agencies, sometimes they have a 30 to 90 days probation period,
Exactly. Mhm.
So yes, yeah.
Well, that what you're saying is true, but what you're saying is true. It depends on his relationship with that temp agency, though. I understand what you're saying, but it depends on his
Mhm.
relationship. My cousin is a she does agency work in the healthcare field, right? And
Uh-huh.
she was not getting along with somebody in Virginia. It was a mess.
Mhm.
And they called her agency and said, we don't want her back. They did place her at another hospital.
Yeah, that's different. I think that's different. But this, I don't know. This
They
is
will
like
put him out. They will put him out because once they understand, because normally under normal circumstances, this would not happen. If even you have a problem with a neighbor, you have a problem with a small group of people, over 100 people is not going to be calling. That's very
yeah.
unusual and very peculiar, because
It
that could go in
it
his
is.
favor. That could go in his favor.
Well,
They
it
would
could.
just put him out.
I really like him, so I don't want any bad to come to him
I don't
at
either. That's
all.
why I'm like, I don't want to say that, but I
Yeah,
know
I
how
do.
the temp agencies work.
Oh
I
no, no,
think
no.
that he,
I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah,
yeah,
it definitely is like that. But again, sometimes if he's like really really good, and they're like, we'll just move you, because they'll we're not gonna put you back at
yeah,
this hospital.
But why are
We'll
they
move
saying
you,
that
and
he's not being
hopefully
humble?
nobody else will find out the next hospital.
I
Because
hope
if
not.
they find out
I
the
hope
next hospital and they keep doing it, then the temp agency is gonna be like, listen, we can't put you places because you're messing up our
not.
our
Exactly.
contract now. So I
It's
no, I
time for
get
him
you.
to come and take them
Exactly.
to court, because that will be stalking. That will be harassment.
Yeah, he needs to. Yeah, if grown
Totally
folks do that, he
harassment.
needs to. It's harassment now by him calling up there to that job. That's stupid.
I had to look up the word HIPAA. Did y'all look up the word HIPAA?
Oh, I used to
That's
have to
about
abide by the HIPAA.
medical
Yeah, it's
records.
if you if you can't give out any medical information. If you work in the
Yes,
hospital, you can't give out anybody's medical information that may
that don't
be,
have anything to do with
that you
him.
may have. You can't give that out. Now, people
Yeah, but
use HIPAA on YouTube
they
for
they
different
are
things that don't
using
make
it.
any
They
sense.
are
It's
using it
stupid.
incorrectly. That's why I was
It's
like, wait a
crazy.
minute.
I've always said that
Yeah,
you're using it wrong.
It
yeah.
Because I
is.
used to work when I worked for the
Yeah.
dental office, we used to tell people, we can't provide
Yes.
that information or whatever.
But if I call and ask about you worked at the dental office, which means you're in healthcare, right? If I called and
Uh-huh.
asked about you, that's not a HIPAA violation. That's an EEOC thing. That's an employment thing.
What do you
That
mean if
that's
you call
that's
if you're a random
like
person and you call
if
where?
if I called to ask about you, Tracy, like if I called and said, hi, I'm calling to ask about, do you still have Tracy? Does Tracy still work there? Because I really liked you, right? And I want to
Uh-huh.
make sure you're gonna be on, there in the office when I come the next time. If I call and
Uh-huh.
ask about you, and they say, oh no, she's not here anymore, or yeah, she's here, that's not a HIPAA violation.
No, it's not. That's just yes or no.
Yeah,
That's
so
just
that's why I
a
was like,
verification of employment. That's all that is.
right,
I used to do that when
right.
I was in
But no,
leadership.
but I'm saying people were saying HIPAA, and I'm like, because they gave out
No,
his information,
They
and I'm
don't
like,
understand
that's
it.
not
no,
HIPAA. That's EEOC or maybe the
no.
labor part of the labor, something on the labor, but that's not HIPAA.
It's not even
The
illegal. There's
HIPAA,
nothing illegal about it. It's just that you have to. How do people get hired? You have to be able to call to verify employment and the dates. You have to be able to. So that's not a HIPAA. That has
HIPAA
nothing to
is
do with HIPAA.
mostly,
No,
especially
I
the
was just
medical.
saying that because I keep seeing other people saying it. I'm like, y'all, that's not HIPAA.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
when it
You're
comes
right.
to the
You're right.
hospital and stuff like that, HIPAA
Yeah.
comes into place. Like
And
if
sometimes
I'm a
when people
nurse,
think, I
and
was gonna
you
say
calling for
sometimes.
information, I give your information out, your medical records out.
No, Mass Nana. The H means health. The I
So,
means information. Health
so that's
information.
it. So that is what will go out, and that's a HIPAA law you break right there. Because when you sign that form, it's confidential. No one is
HIPAA
not supposed to
policy.
get that. If even you send in your records to a next doctor, you have to sign
Hmm.
that release paper for it to move from one
Exactly.
place to the next.
Hmm. And
So
even if you're
that's
in the
it.
hospital and you have to have that form for them to give
Mhm.
anybody else information pertaining to your health, you have
Yep.
to have their name has to be down there.
Yep.
So yeah. And some
Yeah,
people will say, "Oh well, just because I'm yelling, you know how I get on Rico and I may say whatever, you're gonna die, or whatever, whatever about his 3 or 4 letters, which is still bad. Some people don't like it, but anyways, if I say that, that's not a violation of HIPAA. People are like,
No.
"Oh, HIPAA." I'm like, that is not HIPAA. It's
Well,
it's
leave them
like
alone. They're
I'm
not
not.
gonna
We have
learn,
nothing to
child.
do with the medical facility. It's just a condition. And morally, is it correct? No, but it's not illegal.
Mm, they're not
But
gonna
they
learn.
acting it is. Yeah, but it's sad. It's just
now
a sad
now
day.
that might be right. It might be the HIPAA, but it's not the other one. It's not PPA.
You know.
Yeah, but okay.
They're acting
Yeah.
like Mr. Wilson is the worst thing that ever come around here. Mr. Wilson was always a
You're
laid back
you're right.
person.
You're right, Zion. That's right.
As far as I'm
It's
concerned, he
sad.
was very laid back person. Saturday
I
was the
agree.
worst I
Right.
saw him. I've never
I
heard him
know he
cuss
was.
before.
He was in.
No.
Well, when he was really mad was when I'm telling you when he was really mad was when Dovey had said, I think, okay, the first time was
Mm.
when Dovey didn't listen to it was a tangent. Dovey didn't listen to Vivian, and then he was mad because she didn't listen to Vivian, and then the second time was when it was the next day when she said he was a Pedialyte, which
Oh
I would have been
yes,
pissed
right,
too.
right,
But
right,
yeah,
right, right.
so he went in extra, like he was really. But I
Yeah,
mean, it's YouTube, so
yeah.
I
I actually didn't try. I actually didn't track that story about Dovey's event because I wasn't going, so I didn't want to have an opinion in either direction about it.
yeah.
So I
Mhm.
didn't track it. So I don't know what happened. So I'm gonna go ahead and get
Yeah.
down. Go back in the chat.
Okay, thank you. Right to be told. Thank you
All
for
right,
coming
no
up, babe.
problem. No problem. Bye,
Okay,
y'all. Bye.
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 So it is really sad.
It's sad.
Living
It's
my
very
best life.
sad.
Come back up here, living my best life. I want to hear what you had to say, babe. She kind of dropped down.
Oh hi. Oh, she was
Yeah.
there because I wasn't even looking at the phone. I'm on the phone.
Yes, she was up here. Let me drop the link. She was up here.
Yeah.
But so it's just really
Sad.
people
It's
are becoming
sad.
unhinged, and I don't know
It's
what it
sad.
is. I can't believe people are pulling out weapons and everything
It,
else. I'm like, what the hell?
weapons. Oh God.
They
They're
just
gonna
lost it.
stop. You know what's gonna happen? The law is gonna be so tight. They're gonna change a lot of things here, and it's gonna
I
hurt a
think
lot
so.
of people
Yep.
because people are taking these things too far, too far.
Yep. I agree.
Come on,
Mhm.
enough is enough already. Who have to do something like that? Come on.
See, we're not going to be able to have fun anymore, and that's what it is. You can't even have fun anymore on YouTube, kind of, because it's like stuff like that
Exactly.
happens. It's like, come on now,
Mm-mm.
it's really
This is
sad.
not a
Hey, Carrie.
battlefield.
Yeah, it's
It's not a
it's really sad.
battlefield.
But I'm
I'm
just
sick
like,
of it. But you know
and
what? I don't
all it
like
is,
the dog
what
piling up. It's like they pile on one person.
I don't like it. I
Ooh,
never have liked it.
ooh,
I don't like it.
ooh.
I don't like it.
And that's what got me
Mm-mm.
upset today.
Yep.
It's everybody like piling, everybody coming and thing and piling on more, piling on more. Come on, man, come on.
I don't like it. Because if you're that bad, you should be able to stand on your own and fight people. He's over there standing on his own fighting people. Why can't other people stand on their own and fight people?
And you're
No.
talking about things that almost all the content creators did. Who didn't do it
Yeah.
in the front, did it at the back. This
Yeah.
one lady come and say, and doxing, and I said, is she for real? That DJ woman, You know, some people don't have no shame, but they think
She
that
is
people
crazy. She's crazy. She really thinks that nobody knows that she sat over there and has doxed
call them
everybody. Remember, she was
guys, do
doxing
this, do that.
everybody. And then the dumb bitch will sit up there and say, I doxed a doxer. It's like, what are you talking about? No, you've stalked me, you've harassed me. That's why I have a case. It's crazy.
She did it to the Reader Philadelphia too.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she actually did. Hey,
And
Debbie.
that's why Five threw her ass out of there. That's why Five got rid of her, because she's crazy.
Yeah, she knew.
And then
And she tried to go back over there. She would have been back over there, but Five Babe was like, no. Babe Nation was like, hell no.
And she's acting like if she voluntarily left. She was kicked out of there. She's
We
very
all know she was kicked out. She's crazy. We all know she was kicked out. She says that she left ZXs too. No, she was thrown away. She never left anywhere by her own.
He spoke to her a little, and then she ran back again.
Yeah,
for him to kick her
he threw her away again. And he'll do it again. You see how quick she got up on Bless Watkins' live to be over there? You see how quick?
He's obsessed.
Everywhere he's at, she's behind this man. I'm like, oh, girl.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's at. But you notice something's wrong with her. She will come in the panel and she will say,
Wait, hold on. What do you mean, Mildred Ratchet, for real names? Oh, you mean I don't think they can. You mean real names instead of our avatar names? Maybe. Go ahead, babe. Maybe.
Yeah, she's like, do you visit my panel? Do you visit my whatever? Do you visit me? And why not? And why don't you stop by? And I'm like, what is she bullying people to come to her damn platform? And nobody wants to hear crazy. You know.
That's what I call it. That's what it's called, babe. The HIPAA Privacy HIPPA Privacy Act. Let me double check. That's what I always wrote that down. And when I was at the dental office, that's what we called it. Let me see if it's different. Hold on. Oops. Oh, HIPAA. Okay. Got it. Okay, I was wrong. It's HIPAA. I always spelled it wrong. I just noticed that after all this time.
That's good. So you know what? And next thing too. The first thing people, I don't know, it comes to what goes on here. You will always find age is always a factor. And I don't understand, because everyone coming on in these adult sector, it's supposed to be 18 years and older. Am I correct? You're supposed to be 18 years or older, right? Tracy? Hello? Hello?
I'm sorry, babe. I'm coming.
Oh, you stepped away.
I'm sorry. I was in the other room.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yes, the sex is meant for you to get on here, right? You're supposed to be 18 years and older, right?
Is it 8? I don't
18,
know.
no, 18 years of age, 18 and older, right? You have to be
guess.
adults to be around on this sector, right? 18 years and older or 21 years and older? 18 or 21?
I think it's I don't know. Don't give me the line. I have no idea.
Anyway, don't matter. 18 or 21, you have to be, you got to be older than that, right? Okay, good, great. So now, anything that happens here, you will find the young people will be telling the more mature people, as soon as something breaks out, what you doing here? What you doing here? Get off of here, right? Get off of here. Okay. Now, when something bad happens and it's not favoring the younger person, then you're going to hear, oh my God, you could be her mother, or you could be her grandfather, or you could be her this, or you could be her that. You don't get to play both ways. You don't.
Right.
Everybody enter here wants use of edge at your own goddamn risk. It don't have no damn babysitter here. And whoever wants to babysit somebody, too bad.
Yeah, you're right.
Too bad. Because that's how the cult and the business begins, And that's what
Yeah, I
happened.
think that's what it is. Yeah, I think people that don't have family members, or maybe people that haven't had the attention maybe that they need from other family members, they feel the need to substitute a make believe family,
Yeah,
I
this is
think.
not a place for it because you have your family, your ready-made family. The only group of people that I know does that is in the gay community, right? They have they play like a play mother, aunt, and so forth. It's so cute and so forth, right? I don't know about over here, but that is something that they does. But right
Right.
now, I don't give a shit. So if you come for me, I'm older than you. Maybe I could be your grandmother, your great great grandmother, and I come and I hit you harder. So so you have a whole group of people jumping on me and gonna tell me that you're young. Then what the hell you doing out here? What are you doing out here?
Exactly. Exactly.
Because you should respect my age then. If it's an age thing, you should respect my age. And all of us would have got to be something and said, "Oh, I'm this old." That is the most dumbest thing. If you can't take the heat, stay the hell out to the kitchen.
Exactly.
Don't come.
Yeah.
Because you hit me, I'm gonna hit you harder. You say something to me,
Exactly.
it's all about hurting one another. That's the game.
Yeah.
You cannot tell me how I should fight this person after I did not bother you and you come after me.
Mm-hmm.
You
And
see,
that hurts
that's why
me
I
more.
jumped up on Jay Wilson platform yesterday because it was very
Mm-hmm.
angry. When you had you had a live, right? I didn't stay
Mm-hmm.
very long because I was doing something. And when they said when they were talking about Jay Wilson and said like somebody reported him or whatever, we weren't getting anything clear. I think that was the
Mm-hmm.
Saturday night. And I think I was the only one in the chat say everything leads to Baltimore, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
take that from Spirit Boy. How Spirit Boy always say everything leads to Baltimore. Most of the time
Right.
he's right. So I
Right.
said this situation leads right there. Then
Mm-hmm.
I heard that lady Skillet was involved. I said, bam, that's where it's leading to.
Yeah,
Who
that's what I
knows?
said too.
You
Baltimore.
see?
Mm-hmm.
So he came up. I noticed what he did. He ran up on that girl's chat platform, that young lady platform, anyway, on
Um,
Pissarro's platform,
right.
SB, I think
Mm-hmm.
twice. And I listened to him. He wasn't there very long. He is such a coward and such a troublemaker. He's
Mm-hmm.
putting in his 2 cents trying to bury Jay Wilson. He had this thing kicked off more. You hear what I'm telling you? And I
This is
said,
why
but
I'm
why?
telling you that he has a personal vendetta. Well, he's trying to say
Exactly.
I'm crazy, but I think he's behind this. I really
No, he
do.
is behind it. And I said, why? I think about
Uh-huh.
it, say why? Then I realized, you remember Jay Wilson is getting
Mm-hmm.
real numbers and it's staying steady. Jay
Yes.
Wilson to me is getting more numbers than anybody else right now.
Yes, he is.
It's more
Mm-hmm.
than 5A. It's more than Pizarro.
Mm-hmm.
Because now I don't know what's going on with Kimmy. I don't know what's going on with her, right? Seeing that what had
Uh-huh.
happened. So I'm not keeping track on what
Oh,
she's bringing. But
oh,
I
there's my
know
baby.
he's leading.
There's my baby.
Oh,
Hey
Yeah.
y'all, can you hear
hi.
me, Tracy?
Hey, my baby. Yes, I was eating. I'm sorry. Hey,
That's
boo.
okay. I put in the chat log. Tracy's eating.
And I saw that too. That's why I was like, oh, and there she goes. I looked at those. You were like, I'm eating, and I looked down. And I said, oh, she's waiting.
Hi, Heatwave baby. How
Hi.
you doing?
How you
Ay.
doing, babe?
Okay, y'all. I might have a different opinion,
Uh-huh.
Okay.
so I don't know.
Okay. What's your opinion?
Okay, first of all, Jay Wilson to me, can't say I like him or I dislike him. Some things about him I dislike. Some things about him I like. Like when he reads and stuff, it's funny. He is funny. Like you,
Right.
I'd be like, oh, I can't stand his ass, but he's funny, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you have to look at this. There are certain jobs in this world that you are held to a higher standard, whether you're human or not. It doesn't matter. There are
Right.
positions, pastor, chaplain, even teachers, if you're, dealing with kids. There are certain jobs that you are held to a higher standard. So Jay
Yeah.
Wilson is very intelligent. He's aware of that. He has the right to come on here and do his YouTube thing, but he's in this beef sector. And where
Right.
the problem is he doesn't hold any accountability to himself. Jay Wilson sees himself, I do nothing wrong. I can never do any wrong. And that's where his downfall comes. I don't think people should be calling his job, but Jay Wilson crosses a line sometimes, not every time. He crosses a line that shouldn't be crossed if you're a chaplain or a pastor. So when you cross that line, there are going to be people that are going to not like that and want to snitch. I don't think it's right, but you also have to change your behavior. If you're a true chaplain or a pastor or a decent human being, you will know, okay, I shouldn't be saying certain words or doing certain things on this YouTube channel because I have a job that it could affect or get back to. Now, if he refuses to change behavior, which he says he's not changing anything, then he's going to have to deal with the repercussions of what comes with his actions.
But I think he messed up, though. He messed up because he was hinting around to it. And I guess people figured it out. Like, I never even, it didn't dawn on me. If I like you, I like you.
But you know what?
People had figured it out.
I mentioned this. I always thought for the past
that was you. Yeah, you told me that.
I thought that he was a chaplain. From the things he has said in his lives, in the hours he works, I thought, oh, that's probably what he does. But I would never think to call, even when he says things as a pastor, I would never go to him for any pastoring. But even when he says to me things that are not up to that level that they are held to, I don't hold him to that. But that position is held to. He says stuff, and I'm just like, whatever. But there are people, because of his attitude and his cockiness and his braggadocious, that are going to want to get on here and get back at him. I don't want to see him lose his job. I don't think people should be calling anybody's job. I think it's stupid. But I also think it's stupid if you're in a position that you know there are standards and you probably have signed something about conduct that you even want to be in the beef sector saying certain things. I don't.
Just who would think? And so somebody else, if you picked up on it, somebody else must have picked up on it.
Yeah, I
definitely. And this is where that came from.
I think, and they definitely said he thought that too. But I don't think they should be calling his job. I don't want to see him or anybody, even people I don't like. I don't want to see people out of work. But I just think he should have a right to be in the sector. But just roast and gag, which he can do without being too vicious, and it's funny, right? He don't need to be.
But it's nothing like him in rare form. I like him in rare form, going at it.
The last couple days before this happened, he's been vicious.
Yeah.
And I've seen him be vicious to a couple people before. He's been vicious to you, which is part of the reason why I never got back. I see him for who he is. With certain people, I sit back and I see them for who they are. I see Jay Wilson. He is entertaining, but he also is very self-absorbed, money absorbed. And I don't know why anyone would call him pastor, chaplain. I wouldn't want him praying over me, my dead family, people that are dying. Will I watch him and get a kiki? Absolutely.
I just think that when a lot of people are upset because they said he was bragging. You know how he would say, y'all need this, if I was to leave here today, I'll be fine. And that's what a lot of people were saying that they didn't like,
Yeah, but people who brag really don't have it like that. And if he's bragging about what he has, he's struggling to have what he has.
Because you don't brag. You're well off. You don't brag.
No. No. Silence is why? I say I have a blessed life. I do. That's all he has to say. If you have things, people will notice that. But you really, once you have things or money or wealth or whatever, you don't feel the need to show it. You just are who you are. So I don't, there's a lot about Jay Wilson that he has issues, but the main thing with him, he is not, he will never say, I made a mistake. We won't hear him come up there and say, you know what, y'all, I was upset and I probably shouldn't have worded that way. And he'll never do that. And a man of God, how are you a man of God and you are not willing to admit we're all human. We are all of flesh. So I think if you're looking
he's just not one to do that. He can't do that. And people want to see him broken and they want to see him. But even without a job, he's not going to come on here.
No.
He's more pissed than anything. He's not going to come on here all hurt. Or
Exactly.
nothing,
Now
you know what I'm
he's
saying?
really going to be cutting up, you know.
Yeah,
But
I would.
again,
I would.
yeah. I don't. But if I'm a pastor, no.
Yeah.
Again, as a Christian, I'm looking at how I know how those people are looked and held in a higher position. So if you're working a job, they're going to hold you to a standard that I'm not held to, that the people in the chat aren't held to, right? So he has to, as an adult, understand that and be like, okay, I can cut up, but to a certain extent. If he didn't care, that nigga wouldn't have hit his videos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I feel bad for him for people calling, and I don't like the ganging up either. They gang up on whoever. I don't like that either. I don't wish any bad on him, but I do see him for what he is, and he has played a part in his demise. You know, in my eyes, that's just an opinion. We all have opinions, right? But I don't want anything, you know, I don't like to see anybody on here. I think it's ridiculous, calling the cops and calling people's jobs. And if GX continues to call, that is harassment. And then he can have a case.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because that's just crazy to be, you know, to be sending. Yes, he's sending the stuff to his the temp agency, and he's sending stuff to every other agency to not have any other agency where he could possibly apply as a chaplain or whatever. That's just crazy to me.
Yeah, now that's that. If he continues to do that, now that's harassment. You know, but I think Jay Wilson will be fine, but he maybe needs to look into another job, because if he enjoys doing what he does on here and he has the right to read back and do whatever, he shouldn't be a chaplain or a pastor getting paid for that role, because they're going to be held to a different standard than we are. And that's just life, you know, like, I don't know, you guys were talking about it earlier. There's different people that get called on every dang day. We're in our little beef sector, but outside of the beef sector, Jay Wilson would have been got fired the first name he called and someone told on him.
See, I don't think he's fighting with, Sweet and Low said, we missed the change. Jay Wilson did not change when he lost the channel. He changed when he met Mark. Jay Wilson is fighting with God and his sexuality. I don't think he's fighting with his sexuality.
I don't know. I'm not into
I just think that maybe I know he doesn't like church. Well, he doesn't really like the whole stereotypical church. You know how people are like, oh, you have to act like this and like that. So he wants to act the way he wants to act, which is fine. But, you know, then a lot of people say, well, then you need to, you know, not maybe preach or whatever. I don't know. Or chaplain, whatever.
Mean, he's just, he's crossing different lines, and he's not. If you're going to do that as a job, as a career, and get paid for it, you're going to have to change your actions in life around people, because that's just it. Bottom line, I wouldn't want a job that I had to be held to a high standard, because I know my temper. I get pissed off and I'm going off.
I would be fired.
Me too, right away. Like, you know, so, and there was one other point y'all were talking about. Dang it, Tracy. Was it something Heatwave said? But you know what I mean? Like, I just feel, I think this is bad what's happening to him, but also Jay Wilson has brought this on himself. And because he continues to say, I'm not going to change and be the way he is. Oh, I know what I was going to say. If the tables were turned, you know, like he was kind of hinting like some people were against him and talking about it, he would be reporting on this no matter who this was in this sector. You haven't talked bad about him, but you're being very open to let people express their opinions.
But people are trying to make it seem like, it seems like people are trying to make it seem like that. But I'm like, I have not talked anything bad about him. I'm just talking about it because it's a situation here.
If it was turned around, he would be saying, I'm going to make a coin and be talking about it too. So there's no difference of any of the sector talking about it. It doesn't mean they're wishing him harm, but they're going to talk about it, because he would do the same if it happened to you or anybody else. So it's like, why all of a sudden now does he want people to rally and not talk about it? As long as people who he is in YouTube ships aren't dogging him out, then, you know, it is what it is.
Exactly. And don't listen. You know how trolls take stuff back and people misinterpret it. Don't trust anybody. Anybody that's sending you emails may not have your best interest at heart. That's what I said. All them people sending him emails do not have his best interest at heart.
Right. And he needs to stop telling his business. Everybody on here, you know how this sector is turning now. Stop telling people, trying to brag and say what you have, and just don't say anything, because these people will find anything on here.
Yeah, that's why I have no desire to come back on camera, because people will find anything.
I don't blame you. It's just too much. You know, it's too much. But I just look at it different, and he's not innocent in this. I do believe people shouldn't be calling, but you know,
yeah, I hear you.
Some stuff is coming back at him because he's done stuff, and you know, a smart man would live and they would learn and maybe change some things. Jay Wilson says, I ain't changing a damn thing, which is why he's going to continue to go through tribulations.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I think we get set in our ways. As we get older, we get set in our ways too. You know how we were like,
yeah, but I do have a conscience, and I know right from wrong, and I know when I be cutting up, I shouldn't have done that, and I'll apologize or go back. I'm not that stubborn that I will continue to stand in a wrong. I'm not like that.
Yeah.
So the fact that he is, as a grown man, tells me something. And you got the nerve to say you're a pastor or a chaplain? There's a problem there.
Well, I don't know about the rules and regulation of a chaplain, if they have to hold, if they are held to a higher standard even when they're off duty. That I don't know.
Yeah,
they can
are
speak on
that. Unfortunately, but they are. They are.
I didn't know teachers that. Are right. Kind of like teachers on
they must be getting a whole lot of money, because I wouldn't take that job, especially if I know I'm in the beef sector.
I wouldn't either.
Wasn't to do it. No.
Well, normally they do. I'm telling you, normally it's $50K. But so you know, now I mean,
so that is like taking over your whole life.
Yeah, but as a pastor, that is your life, though. If you're a true pastor,
you're right. Yeah,
you know what I mean. That is your life. Yeah. So that's where I was saying in Peace Love Chat, he's kind of an oxymoron, because if a true pastor that's called by God is not going to want to be fighting every day in the beef sector.
No.
And you're not going to keep saying coin brought me here.
Yeah.
Every second it's about money, which, okay, just say, yeah, I do YouTube because it's a second income for me and I enjoy it. But to constantly say that you're a pastor or a chaplain and then have, what do you think? The first thing you think of Jay Wilson, coin. That's not what you want your legacy to be. But, you know, like I said, I try not to judge people because I don't want them to judge me, but that's just my opinion on him since we're talking about it. I don't like him or dislike him. I think he's funny when he's just gagging and just being funny and slick. He doesn't have to go down the nasty road that he goes down sometimes. And I think when he goes down that nasty road, that's what gets him in trouble.
Yeah. And you have to imagine, though, that job is probably stressful. So this is like his outlet. Can you imagine how stressful that job is? I couldn't do it.
But to me, Tracy, if I worked at a hospital and I'm assuming he's the one that goes and prays with families and stuff, I wouldn't want to come on YouTube and fight. That would make me even more appreciate life and want to be a better person.
That's maybe you think he's a chaplain that is on call, that does work by phone.
I don't know, Heatwave.
No, I think that I don't know. I wonder.
Yeah,
maybe he does consult with them over the phone because he takes the phone calls, remember? So maybe he does consult with them over the phone.
Yeah,
he's not showing up in person.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of he is. But yeah, I see in the chat someone saying a lot of pastors ask about money, and they're not good pastors. You know, if you go to a church and they're always talking about money, and that's the focus, that's not a good church. That's not a Bible church.
Yeah,
and that's a whole nother topic. But he is like, that's why a lot of people turn away from the church, because of people like that. You know, I agree, chat. I agree.
It's all about the money.
Yeah.
But I think that maybe he should, I don't know, maybe he should let his what do you call it? Because Uncle Tim was saying something about you don't have to have a PhD to be a chaplain. I was like, what? I didn't know that. I thought you had to have a PhD.
And doesn't that make you think now? Like I had a niece pass away a couple months ago, and there was a chaplain there, and he was like, "What, do you want want me to pray for you?" And now I think, like, would you? I don't know if I want just the hospital chaplain praying over my family, because you just don't know what people do. I would
True.
want to either I'll pray myself or have a pastor come that I know, because the chat, we always have said, don't let anybody pray over you. And we don't know these people.
That's
It
true.
makes you
Yeah.
think, you know, if you're religious, like Heatwave, I know you said you're not a Christian, so
No.
this is a little different for you, but
Yeah.
as a religious person, oh, I know, guys, I know he's not a pastor. I'm just saying that, you know, that's what he goes by. I call him Jay Wilson. But
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It just makes you
Yes.
second guess a lot of stuff. But
Yeah,
I
makes you
don't,
think.
I hope he just maybe stops talking so much about what he does and he doesn't lose his job, because I don't want that for anybody. You know, I don't.
Correct.
Okay,
Well, you
that's
know
my
the good
2
thing
cents.
is,
I'm jumping back in the chat.
thank you, babe. Thank you so much.
Okay, take care.
Teresa, stop smacking.
I know. I'm hungry. Thank you so much, babe.
Okay,
Love
I'm
you.
back in the
Sweet.
chat.
Okay,
Bye,
babe.
Heatwave. Love you.
Okay.
Love you,
So
babe. Thank you so
sweet.
much.
So
I love
sweet.
her. So sweet.
She's
But I think
straightforward.
he
I
made,
like, you know, I like her. She's very straightforward.
yes, and they
Not going
always tell
around
me
the
the
bush. She
truth,
say what she say, and she mean what
Uh-huh.
she say. That is what I like.
Exactly.
Don't tell
Exactly.
me
I
one
do
thing,
too.
you mean something else. Don't do that.
Right.
But at
I
the
think.
end of the day, Pastor
Mm-hmm.
might never come out and say anything. But you see, we have to
Mm-hmm.
go back to the roots of all of this, you know? When you look at
Uh-huh.
it, he's not the first and he's not gonna be the last. But I would never take a job like that. They would maybe have to be paying a lot of money, you know? Because I know doctors, they're always on duty, so to speak.
But here's the thing:
Hmm.
people were so mad at Diva Tomboy.
Hmm. Hmm.
Remember, people were so mad at Diva Tomboy
Hmm.
for
Hmm.
calling people jobs, right, and trying to get them
Hmm.
fired. But yet they're over
Hmm.
there with the ex. See, this is what I'm saying. It's double
Hmm.
standard.
Yep. Yep.
These women are so
Hmm.
thirsty. I really think
Hmm.
these women are thirsty until,
Yep.
like, somebody said that they just want anything. Who was
Yes.
it that said that? I think it was Cookie, yet that said that. That these
Yes.
women on YouTube, that these older women, they just
Hmm.
want anybody, or they don't care if they're gay or not, or whatever. And I think that's why they're all over there with ZX. I'm like, for
Hmm.
what? Why would you be over there celebrating? For what?
I'm
This man
surprised he
clearly
came
said,
over.
mm-hmm.
I was so happy James was on that I love my James.
Oh,
James
yes.
was on that panel when he came up, and I saw
Yes,
the
he's
people on
blessed.
the panel, and Brian was on the panel.
Ugh.
And I must congratulate those two men, Brian and James, you know. They listen. James did not have James is all
Brian will
goosey.
be back dragging James for no reason. He
Yeah,
drugged me for no reason,
yeah,
but now
yeah,
I know why.
Brian.
Now I know
Brian
why.
just
Brian was
like the
coming for me. He was
I don't
coming
know
for me
why.
anyways.
But wait a
He
minute.
was coming for me because of Rebel, apparently, because somebody said that him and Rebel were supposed to go out for drinks. So he was coming for me on behalf of Rebel because it was a thing to do. He was hopping on the bandwagon, and on
Are
behalf
you
of Ricky.
serious?
That's why. Yes, that's why.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
I never really I passed through his channel one day, and when he was cursing Brianna, Deanna and James, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, you want to take on those two? I'm thinking, I said he
He's
got to be
crazy.
mad.
He's mental. Mm-hmm.
You went and take on these two people, and I said it got to be a joke. So all I was doing waiting for the cleanup, you know. I was
Mm-hmm.
then the
He got
cleanup
cleaned
came,
up all right.
and James had this red boots sitting on his neck. No, that
I
was
loved
funny.
it.
That was
Mm-hmm.
very funny. You know, I like the way how James goes so smoothly, you know. He just
Mm-hmm.
pass things so smooth. And
Well, see, with him,
he
I don't
don't
even have to
mm,
argue with him. The
mm-mm.
reading's so easy with him. I don't even have to argue because
Yeah,
Brian
I
is
don't
the
bother with
read.
Brian. Don't bother with
Mm.
Brian. I won't take Brian seriously, please.
Mm-mm.
If so sooner or later he'll just drop you. He'll forget about you. He'll go on to the next person.
Yeah, he's
Because
a weirdo.
recently he was fighting with everybody.
Yeah, he's crazy. I think he thinks it's constant in his mind. I think he gets drunk because if you notice, it's at night in the wee hours of the morning, and he's drunk on
Okay.
there burping, all nasty. And I'm like,
Okay. So maybe
that's
he
what he
just have
does.
his time. Oh,
Uh-huh.
what happened to you and Goosey, if you don't mind?
Oh, okay. Goosey is
Mm.
upset with me because he made, and this is how pressed Goosey is. He made a whole list of things as the reasons why I'm staying blocked. And I think it's funny. He keeps saying, I mean, little things. I mean, like, oh, she's in the, I told Peace Love, all I said was, are you still being stalked? And then he blocked me. I was like, oh my God, that's it. I was in Jay Wilson's chat and I just saw you still being stalked. He blocked me. And I was like, okay. So then he kept blocking me when I was going in there. That's on him.
Yeah.
I'm not upset. But here's the thing though. He's upset because they said that that Jay Wilson said some people may flag him for using their content. You cannot get on there and stream somebody's whole content. That's crazy. How are you going to get on there and stream their whole content? You know, people want to get paid. I mean, and not only that, you'll have just posted and he's over there streaming it. And I'm like, no. That's why I said, Goosey, I said, my video, and I got good views on this video. But if he's over there streaming it, nobody's going to get that. So I said, if you want to stream my videos, I mean, if you can play my videos, I'll give you permission to play them. However, you need to unblock me. You know, and then plus, and also he wants those people, he wants iBabe to be in there making stupid pages about Trash Tracy and all this other stuff with that name. And him reading it on the top of the thing. Remember I told you he's reading it on the top of the thing. Like, oh, Tracy's dirty house or Tracy's wig or what. Just stupid stuff. And I'm like,
Meanwhile, she's somewhere in the desert on the tent, right?
Yep. And I'm like, no. That's not going to happen.
Hell.
Yeah. It's crazy. I'm like, you can't be doing that and thinking it's okay. I said, no.
Little pre-on backpack.
And he's like, exactly. And he's like,
listen, let me shut up. Yeah, go ahead.
And he's like, well, this is a haven for the trolls. And I'm like, it can be a haven for the trolls. I have her blocked. If she wants to go in there with that page, let her be in there with that page. I have her blocked. I won't see it. But it's like he wants me to see it. So he's putting it up there. And I'm like, no. So that's the thing. So that's why he wants to keep me blocked. But that's okay. I have troll pages, baby. So I'll still be in there. You know?
I was speaking to him. I'm like, no, Tracy Kids, you can't say you don't want anything to do. And I kept bothering him that Saturday. I think it was last Saturday, I can't remember. Yeah. And he said no, he said you lied on him. And I
he always says that. Goosey is always whining and
he said you need to apologize to him.
Oh
because
God.
I asked him what happened. It was myself and Queen Naima and someone else was in there. And he said you lied. It's something about peace, love, and who else? Peace, love, and I think Kemi. Peace, love, and Kemi. He said
he is really he worries. And then here's the thing: when he's watching something, he gets it all twisted. So he has to understand. He doesn't understand what he's watching or what he's listening to. People in the chat will be correcting him. They'll be like, "No, they said this, and this," but he'll hear it a different way. It's weird. I don't know why, but he does. So I'm like, oh my God. So
but
it's just funny
like him, and I'm like, no, y'all
I like him too, but I'm not going to be treated like crap. I mean, he's trying to read pages that I have blocked just to say my name so he could laugh at it. No,
because I was even angry. I was even angry, and Queen Naima even asked me. I haven't seen her in a while. She was like, I think since that day, I don't think I saw her. She's like, Heatwave, do you want to explain what you mean? What you meant by that statement? Because I said after he responded to me why he's mad with you, he was saying peace, love, and I think Kemi. And I said, oh please, because I got mad. I said, please. I said, and the two people, and I said, you know what? They're not gonna do that for Tracy, they're not gonna do that for her. They're not gonna do that for her. Something to that effect, right? So Queen Naima, she was on the panel. So I don't think she understood what I said. So I was waiting. I think that lady Diet was on the panel already speaking. And she said she needed more than 10 minutes, something like that. So I was waiting to explain to Queen Naima because I couldn't type all of that. I wanted to explain to her why I said what I had to say. Because that was my views, right? My opinion, to let her know. Because I was going to let her know. These people, you did nothing to Kemi, and you did nothing in my eyes. You did nothing to Peace, Love, and this is just my views. You don't have to say anything. You did nothing to Peace, Love. Did not to Kemi. A matter of fact, I was blocked. Peace, Love blocked me since I
like Peace, Love.
And when I think she was a mod for Miss Bless Watkins. I think so. Since that time, a little before that, Kemi and the blue, whatever that thing came up, with the trolling and all these things, before that thing erupted, a little before with Miss Theo and all of them, that thing was getting ready to spur. But before that, Custard used to come over there. And there, as a guest, whatever. One day, Miss Bless asked me if I want to come up, something we were speaking about. And then it came to being something about parenting, right? Because I can remember that
Mhm.
day Pizarro was mad with me because Pizarro said like I was shading her. She told me that the
Mhm.
next time, he told if I think you're shading me. And I said no. But according to my statement, yes, it could have been shade, but I was not shading her. I say what I had to say. They were talking about the CPS calling. It was about the CPS calling. And I
Uh-huh.
said, somebody could call CPS. The only inconvenient is, they're knocking on your door. They're going to go in your press to see how the kids are eating. They're going to ask you to open the fridge. And then they're going to speak to the kids separated from you. That's it.
Mhm.
They don't
Right.
find anything. They have to go about their merry way. They're going to tell you sorry for the inconvenience because they have to come out when they're called, right?
Yeah.
They might be
Mhm.
saving lives. So I said, but the way how they were speaking, like the state is there to take your kids and whatever, because somebody called your kids will be removed from home. And I said, no, any child is removed
No,
from
not
home.
removing.
That
Mhm.
that means the parent was not doing what they're supposed to do. And
Exactly.
even
And they know
so,
that.
you get chances. The children do
Right.
not go straight over to the state. If you
Right.
have family members that is in good standing that could take these kids, the kids will be turned over to them while you getting your act together. Whether you go into parenting classes or whatever treatment, whatever you need to solve that. They are there to help you, not to really take the kids away from you, right?
Right.
Anyway,
Mhm.
so something had happened. I said, no, most of you don't understand. You don't have to beat your kids to get them all crazy. I said the sudden outburst, like what do you call that? Domestic violence with a husband and wife. The kids are there seeing these things. The shouting, the screaming in the middle of the night. Kids have to go to bed at a certain time. Their brains are very young, and it's like a sponge, and they sleep. The rest are being interrupted
Mhm.
with the noise and the this and that. So I think she had taken it a different way because she was always screaming. So, but I was not speaking to her. I was just speaking in general how a child could be affected, growing
Uh-huh.
up, and how people could lose their children in the system. It's not that easy. Okay, Custard. Somebody asked me if I had a child, if I have kids, and I think the answer how I answered, I answered the question a certain way. So he came up one day. It was like a week later. I went back up on the platform. Custer came up and he told me, I Miss Bless should still have that I don't think she erased her tapes or she hid them. I think she should still have it. Anyway, cause that would be about 2 years ago, a year or two ago. Anyway, he said he was asking me why, like I must be quiet, you know. So I didn't even know who was speaking. So when I heard it was him, I'm like, wait a minute. It took me a little while before I answered him. I said, wait a minute. I don't know this person. This is a kid to me. How dare you tell me to be quiet? This is not even your platform. So I tell him no. I told him I answer him. I can't remember what way I answer him. And then he was telling me, I'm a bad mother. What are you talking about? Kids. Then you give away your child. Something like that. You give away your kids or something like that. So the two of us went at it, right? At this time I did not know peace, love, and him was connected, right? When I came off the platform, I was still in the chat. And I saw peace, love was going in for both you and me. But you were not in the chat. So, of course, I was representing. So I sought to answer her. And we were going, myself and her. I didn't even know where Custard went. Myself and her was going at it, going at it, going at it. I think she called attention to what I said because, like I said, you punched me and I punched you and I went down deep because I'm gonna get nasty and gutter because I didn't do anything. So I need for you to get off of me, right? So I'm a punch, up a punch, whatever I had to do. So whatever I said, I think she called it attention to either Lady Nico or somebody there, and so you see what she's doing or whatever, right? See what she say. So from that, and I come into the chat, she would always take digs at you. At one time, she couldn't take it. She went up on the platform. I'm in the chat. And she made a nasty remark to me, like saying like I'm a do girl or whatever. I didn't even pay that any attention. The next thing you know, everything erupted. I wasn't seeing her anymore. So I thought she was not there anymore. You understand? Not knowing I was blocked. We never had it running
Oh,
anymore. We
okay.
never had any
But,
problems
but
anymore.
you know what? Maybe she
Mm.
didn't even block you. Maybe it was Custard or somebody. You know,
I don't know.
I don't know if he's a moderator now, but I think he was
That was the
before.
only, that was the only interaction we had, right? Only interaction.
Yeah.
When she came on and you said you were going over there, of course, as a loyal supporter that I am, you never begged me, paid me, or anything like that to
Yeah.
be for walking behind you. This is my choice to walk.
Right.
You understand? So I'm gonna be there with my Tracy to walk with her. And I went over there too. But I wasn't seeing, and then I said, oh my God, I'm blocked. But because of me and her exchanging words, I left it alone. I said, this is Tracy moment. This is the most important thing. I am here. At least, you guys know I'm here. So anyway, that was it. I was never unblocked. And I got
You
2 times to
remember
speak to her.
Maybe we should ask her. I'm sure she'll unblock
No,
you.
no, no,
I'm
it's
sure.
okay. No, that's okay.
Okay,
But I
she
spoke to
really
her.
knows.
No, I spoke to her on the platform and she came over. I was so happy that you all was at peace. It was very
Yes.
fulfilling. That is very
Yes.
important. But
Oh,
Custard,
he waved.
you know what happened? Before I
What
finish
happened?
with this, I went over to what's her name? Rita Hart of Philadelphia. Something was going on. So she was doing a commentary on peace love, I think. Yeah, peace love. Something very, nothing bad. So I'm there and I'm back in peace love. And I'm like, yes. Oh, they were talking about, she said peace love got a raw deal, right? And people in the chat were saying they think the reason why they came after peace love, like Brianna, they came after peace love. That's how it went. Because peace love is so beautiful. She's so pretty. And it seems like they're coming after all the good looking women or whatever. So I said, yes, she's really pretty. She's a nice lady, And somebody in the chat maybe was not for peace love them. And they said, shut up, Heat. They said, shut up. What are you talking about? They don't like you. So I didn't answer. And then they went forward. I still saying, yes, she's a beautiful girl, because nobody's going to turn my mind, right? The girl is beautiful.
She's a sweet
good
girl.
looking,
She's
whatever.
beautiful.
I like her. Hey, it is what it is. I don't care.
Are you there, babe? Heat wave, you went out. Heat wave, what happened? Heat wave, what happened? Y'all, what happened to heat wave? I don't know what happened. Heat wave, you got to come back again because you went out, babes. I don't know what happened with heat wave, y'all. Heat wave, you went out, babes. That's so weird. Heat wave, come back in. Okay, come back in, heat wave. I don't know what happened, y'all. Heat wave went silent on me. I was like, wait a minute, what happened? I don't know what happened. But anyway, so ZX's house is coming to auction, y'all. We all know about that. It's coming to a head. Battle, you are so crazy, Battle. He is coming to a head. Okay, so I guess he's mad about that. But he shouldn't. I mean, nothing good is going to come of that from him. Nothing good. How he treats people is going to come back, baby. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But yeah, but that's why Goosey's mad at me, because he's mad at me for stupid stuff. And it's like, come on now, And then he's just mad at me for, it's just craziness. But here's the whole thing, okay, with that. Like I said, Carrie, like Carrie knows when I'm there. I think Carrie knows when I'm there, and some other people know when I'm there, okay? And I'll keep doing that or whatever, so y'all will know it's me. But I'll just be in there on the troll page, because I will be there. But the thing is, he's not going to be able to play anybody's content, because people are going to get pissed. People want to get their own coins, Goosey. They're not going to let you play. He thinks that they're going to let him play and he'll be okay. No, they're not going to do that. It's weird. She probably got a phone call, you think? Maybe. I'm bidding one whole. Wait, you're building one whole dumpster, clean, wrinkled dollar on GX home. Child, I don't know. Who's going to bid on GX's home, child? I have no clue. But my thing is this. Now, either he can go to the court, or he can go on a Zoom call. They said at 1:00. So we're going to see what he's going to go on. What is he going to choose? You know what I'm saying? Knowing him, he doesn't know how to do a Zoom call. Well, he might know now. I don't know. But he can either do it by Zoom or he can do it in person. So we'll see what he's going to do. You said you love to hear one person's opinion. And that's why I said, who, Sweet and Low? You fell off. I know. I was like, what happened? Your voice went dead on me. I was like, I don't know what happened. But yeah, so, but that's what I wanted to tell you guys. And my thought is, like Heatwave said, I think all roads lead to Baltimore. I seriously think that Sean Bradley has something to do with this. Now that we've listened, Barack, we've seen it all happen. GX is ZX, babes. Mm-hmm. So I think that we really have, there's a whole of unlayering that needs to happen. And whenever Skillet is connected, Sean Bradley is not far behind. So we ain't that dumb, put it that way. You know what I'm saying? I ain't that dumb, baby. Okay? I ain't that dumb. I really think he's behind all of this stuff. I really do. I think that he caught on as well. I think that he looked everything up, because ain't nobody gonna be looking stuff up. I think he gave the information to Rose, or a troll page gave it to her to call. There's no accidents. There's no such thing as an accident. Or there was a contact person in between. One of the subscribers or whatever in between that went ahead and interacted to get things going with her, because he can't come out and say, Skillet, can you do this for me on behalf of Jay Wilson? Because he knows she's gonna come out there and say it. So there has to be another person that put her up to doing it, in other words. So all roads do lead to Baltimore, baby. All roads, baby. Thank you, my Heatwave, my baby. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, living my best life. Thank you, everybody. I will be back on here later, y'all. But no, whenever, like I said, whenever I say that I'm a YouTube ship with somebody or I like them, I'm not going to be on here shading you. So don't believe what these folks say. They lying. It is what it is. Tracy's going to say basically the truth of what's going on. And, it is what it is. But I still say nobody need to call his damn job, period, in my opinion. And that's just me. But thank you, everybody. And I will talk to y'all later. Peace, everybody. Peace.